Welcome back to the Ask Junior Daily Judgment podcast. I'm Priya Sharma, and joining me today is Arjun Gupta, ready to dissect some recent legal judgments that are shaking things up in the world of investigation.
Hello, everyone. It's great to be back, and I'm excited to dive into these cases with you. Before we get started, remember to like, subscribe, and share our podcast if you enjoy our daily legal breakdowns. Your support helps us reach more listeners and continue providing in-depth analysis of the latest court decisions.
Absolutely. Now let's get into today's cases. We're going to be looking at a recent ruling from the Delhi High Court concerning the power of investigation and the role of the courts.
This is a critical area of law, Priya, and this case presents some interesting questions about the boundaries between police investigation and judicial oversight.
Let's break it down step by step. The case we're discussing today is CRL.Ref 3/2021 and WPL 388/2022, brought before the Delhi High Court. The case stems from a series of allegations of corruption that occurred during the procurement of spare parts by various PSUs.
It's fascinating, Priya, how the court emphasizes the importance of carefully scrutinizing information before launching a full-blown investigation. This judgment can be seen as a guide to ensure that investigative resources aren't wasted on unsubstantiated claims.
Exactly, Arjun. The court acknowledges the potential for abuse of the investigative process and seeks to prevent unnecessary harm to individuals. It's crucial to remember that investigations are powerful tools and they need to be wielded judiciously.
Let's move on to the next question that the special judge, CBI Court, referred to the Delhi High Court. It's about the role of the magistrate in the investigation process. Does the magistrate have any power to question the validity of the FIR and bring it to the notice of the High Court?
This is a really important point. The court addresses a scenario where a magistrate might be concerned about the grounds for an FIR. But as the court clarifies, the magistrate is not supposed to act as a mini-judge at this stage.
So you're saying the magistrate's role is limited to assisting the investigating agency, not to second-guess its decisions?
Precisely. The court highlights that the magistrate's role is to ensure that the investigation proceeds within the bounds of the law. They can provide tools like search warrants and letter rogatories, but they can't intervene on the merits of the FIR unless there's no offense at all.
This brings up an interesting question, Priya. What happens if the magistrate believes that the information provided doesn't actually support an FIR?
Great question, Arjun. The court clarifies that the magistrate can't directly quash an FIR. If the magistrate thinks the FIR lacks merit, they need to let the investigation run its course. The accused can always challenge the FIR if they feel it's baseless.
So essentially, the court is saying the magistrate should trust the investigative process and let it play out, while the accused always has the right to challenge the FIR if needed.
That's correct, Arjun. This judgment provides a clear framework for the respective roles of the investigating agency and the magistrate. The magistrate has a crucial role in ensuring the investigation stays within the legal boundaries, but they shouldn't become a barrier to the investigation itself.
That's a really clear explanation of the court's decision, Priya. Let's move on to the final question. The special judge referred to the Delhi High Court. It's about whether the CBI needs special permission to register an FIR if they have doubts about the commission of a cognizable offense.
It's an intriguing question, Arjun, because it delves into the CBI's discretion. The court recognizes that the CBI as a specialized agency might need to carefully assess information before taking the step of registering an FIR.
So in cases where the CBI has doubts, what should they do?
The court clarifies that the CBI can initiate a preliminary inquiry, PE. This is a limited investigation to gather more information and confirm if a cognizable offense truly exists. It's a way for the CBI to double-check before launching a full investigation.
So instead of seeking special permission to register an FIR, the CBI can choose to initiate a preliminary inquiry to gather further evidence.
Exactly. This PE process gives the CBI the opportunity to assess the situation thoroughly before committing to a full investigation. It helps prevent unnecessary resources and potential harm from being wasted on unsubstantiated claims.
This is a really helpful takeaway, Priya. It clarifies the CBI's options and provides a framework for them to proceed with caution when dealing with potentially complex situations.
Absolutely. This case has shed light on some important aspects of the investigation process and the relationship between the police and the courts. It's crucial to remember that a fair and impartial investigation is critical for ensuring justice is served.
And Priya, this judgment provides a valuable framework for upholding those principles. It ensures that investigations are conducted responsibly and that the rights of all parties involved are respected.
That wraps up our analysis of this fascinating case, Arjun. We hope you found our discussion informative and engaging.
Before we sign off, remember to like, subscribe, and share our podcast. Your support helps us reach more listeners and continue bringing you daily updates on the most important legal decisions.
And don't forget to tune in tomorrow for another exciting episode. Until then, this is Priya Sharma.
And Arjun Gupta, signing off. Thanks for listening to the Ask Junior Daily Judgment podcast.